Hello everyone, in this video we are going to be considering the division of complex numbers. This is a continuation of the series of problems we've been working on complex numbers. To see one of them, just click on the link at the top right corner of the screen. Also, we know that a complex number z combines the real parts with the imaginary parts. In order to divide complex numbers, we are going to need to know what a conjugate is. So let's take a complex number z equals x plus jy. Now its conjugate, which we represent by z bar, is going to be equal to x minus jy. So we can see here that all I've done is to reverse the sign behind the imaginary parts. Similarly, if z equals x minus jy, its conjugate z bar would be x plus jy. As usual, all I've just done here is to reverse the sign behind the imaginary parts. For example, if I've got z equals 5 plus j2, its conjugate z bar is just going to be 5 minus j2. And if the complex number is 5 minus j2, its conjugates would be 5 plus j2. The knowledge of conjugates is very important because to divide a complex number by another one, we are going to have to multiply top and bottom by the conjugate of the denominator. For example, if z1 equals 3 plus j4 and z2 equals 2 minus j7, find z1 divided by z2. Thus, here is the solution. z1 divided by z2 is going to be 3 plus j4 over 2 minus j7. Like I said earlier, dividing a complex number by another one requires us to multiply the top and bottom by the conjugate of the denominator. This is the denominator, z2, which is equal to 2 minus j7. Thus, its conjugate is 2 plus j7. So I'm going to have to multiply the top and bottom by 2 plus j7 divided by 2 plus j7. So this is more or less multiplying it by 1. Okay, to avoid mistakes, we can just like enclose within parentheses like this and remove the brackets. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times j7 is plus j21. j4 times 2, that's positive j8. j4 times j7, this is positive j squared, then 28, divided by 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times j7, this is a positive j14. Negative j7 times 2 is negative j14. Negative times positive is negative j times j. J squared, 7 times 7 is 49. So we have that z1 divided by z2 is equal to, now this is 6. These are like terms, j21, j8. If we add, this is going to give j29 plus j squared is a negative 1. So this is negative 1, then 28 divided by, so we have 4. These are like terms, j14 minus j14, that's gone, that's 0. Then minus j squared is a negative 1. Then we have 49. So this is equal to 6 plus j29 plus minus is minus. Then this is minus 28 divided by 4. Minus minus is plus. Then this is plus 49. 6 minus 28, these are real numbers. 6 minus 28 is a negative 22. Then plus j29 divided by 4 plus 49 is 53. So we can see that z1 over z2 is equal to, I can just write this as 1 over 53, then negative 22 plus j29. Divide z2 by z1. if z1 equals j and z2 equals 5 minus j3. So solving this, first we need to pay attention to the instruction. We are dividing z2 by z1. So this is z2 by z1, that's z2 over. z2 is 5 minus j3 and z1 equals j. But since we are going to be multiplying top and bottom by the conjugate of the denominator, which is z1, it's going to be good for us to rewrite z1, which is j, as 0 plus j. So here we can see that the real part is 0. So we can write this as 5 minus j3 over 0 plus j. Of course, we know that dividing a complex number by another one requires us to multiply top and bottom by the conjugate of the denominator. The denominator here is z1, which is 0 plus j. Its conjugate is 0 minus j. So I've just reversed the sign behind the imaginary parts. Thus, z2 over z1 would be equal to 5 minus j3 over j times the conjugate here is 0 minus j, which is the same as minus j. So I'm just going to multiply top and bottom by minus j over minus j. So 5 times minus j is minus 5j. Minus times minus is a plus. J times j is j squared. So I've got a 3 here because minus j is minus 1j. 1 times 3 is just 3. Divided by, so here this is a positive j. Positive times negative is negative. J times j is j squared. So this is negative 5j plus j squared is negative 1. And I've got a 3 here. So this is minus. J squared is a minus 1. So this is minus 1. So this gives negative 5j. Plus times minus is minus. Minus 1 times 3 is minus 3. Divided by negative negative is positive. So this is just 1. So we can see that z2 over z1 is equal to negative 5j minus 3, which can be written as, if I factor out a negative 1, so this is negative 1 brackets 5j plus 3. If you find this video useful, kindly like, share, drop a comment, and do not forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.